guys, RanterInShades, or Ectoplasm First Amendment Rights vlog style. Now, I didn't originally plan on making a video about this. I'd thought about it after finishing my second part to my Ranters that I think should be bigger list, but didn't really want to jump on that bandwagon. Well, after seeing Nick Malazzo 668's top 10 video, I feel like doing it now. These are my top 10 favorite ranters. Now, before I begin, I'd just like to say a few things. If I didn't include your channel, or if you don't like that I didn't include a certain channel, please don't get mad at me. If I'm subscribed to you, then I obviously still like you. Second, there may be some folks you'll remember from my first list making it on here. Don't be all like, you already put them on a list, put someone else there. They're here because I like them, okay? Third, I'm not including MuesProductions or MrRepzion on this list. Not because I don't like them, I still do enjoy the shit out of the both of them. But I think it would be too obvious that they would both top the list, right? So this is my top 10 favorite ranters, minus Muse and Reps. Enjoy. Number 10 is Vlog Rays. Ray is so funny. I've gotten such a kick out of him ever since I first took notice of him earlier this year. He's interesting as hell to listen to, and he never ceases to put a smile on my face. I've also enjoyed the 2 times I've appeared in his podcasts. Hopefully I can be in some more if they aren't too late or too last minute. I also remember how he was one of the first quote-unquote bigger channels to subscribe to me. When I made my rant on The Simpsons, I noticed that he posted his video on that show right after mine. I shared my video with him, and the friendship began.
We have sex with humans. It's natural. What's not natural is fucking a cartoon pony that was created for children. Not natural. You cannot justify that at all. You'll see people in the comments, oh, I bet they all got hard while they watched it. Well, I can honestly tell you, I did not. I was absolutely disgusted by what I fucking saw. I mean, it was disgusting. It's so hilarious trying to see these fucking guys completely try to justify. It's just, ugh. And like I said, I'm a fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, obviously something that was created for children. Alright, and I'm an adult, and I'll tell you right now, I'll watch any of the movies, any of the cartoon series. I don't care, I love it. But never once did I ever think, boy, it'd be nice to see one of the turtles just go over there and bang the shit out of April. That would be just splendid. I had never once did that cross into my mind.
Number 9 is Electric Unicycle Crew, better known as Cammy Bams. I know it seems like Cam should be higher since he's like everyone's favorite. I do like his content a lot. However, his videos on UK politics kind of go over my head, mainly because I'm not from the UK. I doubt he really expects the entirety of his American audience to really follow his points there. But for every video on UK politics that he does, there's 2 to 3 other videos I do enjoy. They may be about Caden Cowger or something related to music. A passion for music is the first thing I remember connecting with Cam about. He's truly a one-of-a-kind speaker with an astounding sense for logic.
Brandon Cyrus is the epitome of today's entitlement culture. You want to see what I mean? Look at this. I want doesn't get a boy best friend who will call me beautiful. Why is he obligated to do that? And like my photos on Facebook, commenting them, saying things such as the fact he's proud to have me as a best friend. Why do you fucking need that? Why do you need him to virtually worship you on the internet? That's just, I would see that, you know, if I were a girl, I would see that as being weird and a bit creepy. One that I can call up crying about other boys. Why would you want to be in a situation where you're crying about other boys in the first place? That's what I want to know. And him saying he'll beat the shit out of them for me. Oh great, that's a very civil approach. Someone upsets you, you have to threaten them with physical violence, or you have to get a bodyguard to do it for you. That's so unbelievably fucking pathetic. Do you think you're royalty or something? A boy best friend who will drive me around like he's my big brother. Why can't you just fucking take care of yourself, you over-entitled moron? And kiss me on my cheek/forehead when he knows I'm upset. One who becomes friends with my boyfriend, I think that's very unlikely. And to be honest, I think if someone was a best friend, that had that kind, that virtually worship you constantly, an emotional connection deeper than friendship, I would imagine would be quite likely to develop. So I think that's very unrealistic for you to say, okay, I'm going to have a best friend that treats me like royalty and I'm going to have a boyfriend, and there's going to be absolutely no conflict at all between the boyfriend and the best friend. No, not at all. That's not going to happen, is it? That's unbelievably fucking unrealistic. I want a boy best friend who will tell me when I'm wrong. No, you don't. And force me into fixing things and apologising because he knows that it will make things better for me. I just want a perfect boy best friend who will love me and protect me from all the other boys. See, this is the thing. Why do you think that you're entitled to all of this shit? Why do you think you're entitled to have an emotionally satisfying, happy, brilliant childhood or teenage life, whatever? Why do you think that you're entitled to all of this shit? Why do you think everyone else is obligated to just sit there, dedicate a fucking shrine in your honour and worship you all day long? Why do you think you're entitled to that?
Number 8, another UK ranter, is Thunderous Time Lord. Phil is without a doubt the best up-and-coming ranter I've ever taken notice of. In the short period of time I've known him, it didn't take long for him to grow on me. When you're watching a video from Phil, you feel like you're having a really deep and personal conversation with a good friend. I personally feel like I've made that connection with Phil, and I feel we've become pretty good of friends. He's really interesting, and reminds me greatly of MrRepzion, who he does take influence from. Like I mentioned in the Ranters I Think Should Be Bigger video, Phil delves into some more obscure topics, and has really begun to stand out a lot more than he already has. He may jump a few bandwagons here and there, but it only happens on occasion. It's like when MuesProductions posts a rant to YouTube. It only happens on occasion. Phil is an amazing speaker, makes some great points, and he should really be in a lot of your subscriptions.
I am 26 years old, and I greatly still love playing video games and watching programs that I used to like watching when I was 13 or 14 years old. It might actually blow your mind apart to actually know that as someone of 26 actually still enjoys playing the Pokemon games and actually watching the movies still, and children's television. I still like to watch that because there's fuck all else on the TV. I still like to tune into children's television programs every single day. And of course, you might actually think that me liking this stuff at my age makes me a weird or some shit like that in your fucking ass mindset.
While we're talking about people named Phil, number 7 is PM Rants. PM Rants content truly is magical. It was kind of tough deciding between PM Rants and Thunderous Time Lord for this spot on the list, but I ultimately settled on PM Rants, mainly because I get a lot more excited when he shows up in my subscription feed, because he almost never does. I know he's a pretty busy guy, but I do think he should be a bit more consistent in his uploads. I mean, in a way, this is kind of what this list is kind of ranked on how excited I get when I see a new video from these people. It really gets me excited watching a video from PM Rants, because a video from him truly is quite an experience. It's almost like watching a movie, which really isn't any surprise, considering he's a hell of a movie buff and really knows film. His content on Catharsis Pictures, with fellow ranter Splendid Godlessness, who I also recommend, also makes for letting you know that he does indeed know how to make a good film. The scripting, the editing, the jokes, the music, what more could you ask for with PM Rants? Might I add, I'd really like to see him become a director. Judging by the quality of his content on YouTube, I feel he really has potential.
I kinda hate it when nerds who don't actually know how to make vids, like yourself, criticize other people. I really like Toby Turner Smosh and other videos that you hate. What? Don't you just love it when people rip off the stuff that you ripped off yourself? Kefka Palazzo would be proud. Your channel is the worst as ever, you little girl. Yes, you are a girl because you have boobs. I don't know, my boobs have shrunk a little since the last time I made a stupid ass comment video. And I'm not a girl, by the way. Here, I'll prove it to you right now.
Number 6 is Official GATG, aka Stoutmeister. Stoutmeister is definitely one of my best friends on this site. He's great to talk to and great to share ideas with. He's also a great guitarist. In a GATG video, if you look at the description of the video, all his sources are backed up to a T. He's great to call bullshit on a religious or political news story, and great to blast his nonsense about blood on the dance floor. What also makes Stoutmeister so great is that he actually responds to comments and makes it feel really appreciated. In actuality, he has been very supportive of me and this channel. When I was first getting acquainted with Stoutmeister, I used to not be able to sit through a longer video of his. Nowadays, when he releases a half-hour-long video, I grab a snack and sit down to watch me some GATG. He's a great friend and really knows how to hold a good discussion.
You're man enough to admit to your own mistakes. Bull fucking shit. Bull fucking shit. Every time somebody points out a mistake you made or points out a flaw, whether in your plur message or has a simple disagreement with your music, you tell them to eat shit and die. You tell them to die a slow, painful death. You just say all sorts of things that go against your plur message. For those that don't know what plur is, it's an acronym that they use called Peace, Love, Unity, Respect that they took from the Ravers. You send your cult, the SGTC, to attack the haters. You post personal information about the haters like you did with Lady Nograti's phone number on Twitter. You do all sorts of things to defame the character of other people that disagree with you. That is why so many people have a problem with you, Davi Vanity. It's not all about the music.
Number 5, our second person from the Ranters I Think Should Be Bigger list is Nick Malazzo 668. As I've mentioned before, I consider Nick to be my best friend on YouTube. I don't want to repeat too much of what I said about him in the Ranters I Think Should Be Bigger video, but my points still stand. I enjoy sharing ideas with him, and it really makes me happy knowing that there are people like Nick out there actually voicing their opinions on the large sacks known as metal elitists. That's what originally drew me to his channel, and since then we've become great friends, and I'm glad for that.
How the hell can you be an elitist about music and be content with your life? I mean, come on, let's think about this for a minute here. Okay, I listen to music like Iron Maiden and Judas Priest and who else? Nuclear Assault, Megadeth, bands like that. Death metal bands like Death, Possessed, Napalm Death, you know, those kind of bands. Okay, I love those bands and I love them till the day I die. That's music that you know, is stuff that I like. But I also listen to bands like Rat, Def Leppard, Motley Crue, Warrant, you know, bands like glam metal bands that a lot of people would, well, certain glam metal bands. I'm not too big on glam metal, but there are certain bands that I like and respect and can say that I love. And also, like, rock bands like Led Zeppelin and The Who, you know, a lot of those classic rock artists, Lynyrd Skynyrd. Not so much of a Beatles fan anymore, but at least I can respect them for some of the things that they've done. The biggest difference between myself and a person who is of an elitist stature, like if I see a band that I don't like, and somebody else or maybe that doesn't even have to be a friend of mine. Somebody I don't even know likes a band that I don't like. Let's take like what bands do I not like? Okay, let's take Godsmack for example. Okay, I dislike Godsmack very much. I don't like Godsmack at all. But let's say somebody else likes Godsmack and they're like, "Hey dude, check out this band Godsmack. Do you like them?" I would say, "No, I don't like them." I would explain why I don't like them, and that would be the end of that. I'm not going to give somebody a full-out reprimand and say, "Oh my god, you listen to Godsmack? You don't like good music. You don't know what good music is. You don't... Why don't you listen to Accept or something?" No, I'm not going to do that.
Number 4, ironically the channel I first heard of Nick through, is JJ Discussions. Jordan is the loudmouthed, anger-fueled son of a bitch that everybody should know and love. I can't really say much about Jordan that other people haven't said about him before, but he really fits the profile of what makes a ranter a ranter. He's able to hold his audience's attention, and he's able to do it in a very funny and charismatic way. His channel is certainly one of the most fastest growing channels I've ever seen, and I'm very proud of him for that. It was also really cool of him to make his appearance in my I'm a Barrel video. I honestly thought he wouldn't be up for it.
What's this? Is this a neutral religious argument? You never see that anymore. Why don't we see this anymore? Because people use religion or non-religion as a crutch to judge other people, because in reality, a lot of people are just judgmental pricks and they want to use something as an excuse. For example, the religious person. They will take the Bible, they will take a line from the Bible, they will interpret it a certain way, and they will judge people based on their interpretation. Does that mean the Bible is straight up saying, yeah, go and fucking judge these people and tell them they're wrong? No, because the Bible may as well be written in gibberish, because people are going to continue to pick and choose what they want to believe, what they want to follow, how they want to interpret it, including atheists, because they'll take something from the Bible and they'll be like, oh, that could potentially have a negative meaning. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to call the entire Bible and the entire religion negative. These are just assholes. These have nothing to do with the religion. These have to do with the person being a dick.
Number 3 is Nate Talks to You. It was tough deciding between Nate and Jordan for this spot. I decided on Nate because I feel I owe a lot to Nate as far as making friends and branching out and growing my channel. I still remember the day Nate first reached out to me when I shared my Blood on the Dance Floor video with him, and he added me to the now dead YouTube Ranters group. It was there where I made a lot of my friends on this site. I also have him to thank for my channel banner, as well as giving me the opportunity to collab with him in one of his dramatic reading videos about Tobuscus comments. That was fun. Especially since pretty much everyone else in that video was someone I've respected for quite a while. So thanks, Nate. Enough about that, let's talk about his content. It's very well made and very well put together. Nate is able to get his points across in a very short amount of time and leave you wanting more. That is probably the thing I like the best about Nate, and something I've always liked about Nate's videos.
Certain Nimrod wasn't just trying to aggrandize his own channel at my expense.
Wait a minute. John, I didn't make my video on you to try to boost my channel. I made it because I saw hypocrisy in your video and I wanted to point it out. How is me making a video on you any different from you making a video on someone like Onision or Ray William Johnson? Someone could easily accuse you of trying to grow your channel by making videos about them, couldn't they? Not to mention, before I made either of my 2 videos on you, you took a shot at me in the comments of your video. So don't I have the right to defend myself?
Number 2 is I Must Destroy All. Ultimately, MDA tops everyone, mainly because I've been subscribed to him longer. In fact, it was MDA who I originally discovered channels like Nate Talks to You and JJ Discussions through. MDA is one of the most, if not the most, logical beings on this site. The way he chooses his words and how he presents his points is just stellar. I found entertainment in almost every one of MDA's videos. I can't get enough of his logic.
Look at it from another example. Twilight. Now, I'm not saying hip-hop and rap or any other genre that specific people dislike is equivalent to Twilight, but it's a movie. It has terrible actors, a terrible plot, a terrible storyline, etc., right? Now compare that to any film you find to be absolutely great. Great story, great plot, characters, actors, all that. Now just because Twilight absolutely sucks compared to that gold piece of a movie you like, does that mean Twilight is not a real movie? No, it's still a damn movie. It just sucks, and that's what I'm trying to point out here. If you find certain things to be bad, don't call it out as fake just because you don't like it, even if you consider it talentless. The worst of music, in your opinion, is still music.
And number 1 on this list is the one and only, the ranting extraordinaire herself, Jinriella. I originally discovered Gines through MuesProductions when he featured her in his Top 10 Worst YouTubers video, which is also how I first learned about the Archie. After Muse, Jinriella was basically the second ranter I took notice of, and the adventure took off from there. I connected with Gines in a similar way I connected with Muse. She had videos out about things that were pissing me off at the time, and she continued to make videos like those ever since then. She has videos on almost everything, and that's probably what I like the most about her. That and the fact that she presents her points in a very entertaining manner. Her videos these days are a lot more philosophy-oriented, but I still find myself connecting with them a lot, since I think about these theories when I think about metal elitists and the way they interact with people they disagree with. After all this time, I still hold Jinriella in a very high regard. And it's also worth mentioning how she's influenced so many other channels. I can't really name them all, but a lot of ranting channels I can almost guarantee have a touch of Gianriella in them.
Let's pull up old Webster's here. Fame. It's a noun. You can't verb it. The condition of being known or talked about by many people, especially on account of notable achievements. Yes, there's your kicker. If it just said the condition of being known or talked about by many people and then ended, okay. Let's go to this other word that people just don't seem to know. Infamy. Fame versus infamy. Infamy, by definition, is the state of being well known for some bad quality or deed. Ooh, get it? If the phrase was haters make me infamous, I'd be completely fine with it. But it's not. You're claiming that haters, people that apparently are so jealous of you and just completely have a different opinion than you, they talk about you. They say their little spiel of anger and rage and, oh my God, I can't believe it, and here are the reasons why I can't believe it. If a whole bunch of those people are talking about you, how does that make you famous? It doesn't. By definition, it doesn't.
Hope you enjoyed this list, because I enjoyed making it. I'd like to do more top 10s in the future about music and whatnot. Stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for more videos. I'm Shades, and I'll see you next time.